If you are retired and living on a fixed income right now, Social Security, a pension, savings you have spent a lifetime building, you already know that every single dollar has a job to do. $10,000. On a fixed retirement income, that is not a transportation budget. That is a financial crisis waiting to happen. A major car expense in retirement is not just inconvenient. For a lot of people, it is genuinely destabilizing. And yet the average American spends over $10,000 per year on their vehicle. Purchase costs, insurance, fuel, maintenance, depreciation, $10,000. On a fixed retirement income, that is not a transportation budget. That is a financial crisis waiting to happen. But here is what most people on a fixed income are never told. The car you drive does not have to cost you anywhere near that. There are 6 used cars available right now, some for under $8,000, some for under $12,000. That average less than $400 a year in maintenance costs, not $10,000, not $5,000, under $400. One of them averages just $362 a year. That is just over $30 a month. For a car that has been documented by real owners to run past 250,000 miles. Today we are going through exactly those 6 cars. Every single one was chosen for a retired person on a fixed income, not for a 35-year-old with a 6-figure salary. Low purchase price, the lowest possible annual running costs, simple controls, easy entry and exit, and a track record of going the distance without drama. Because on a fixed income, the car that costs you nothing to run is the car that gives you everything. Stay until number 1. It is the most affordable car on this list. It costs the least to maintain of any car in America. And in 30 years of real-world ownership data, it has proven itself as the single best financial decision a retired person on a fixed income can make in personal transportation. Before we go through the cars, I want to be clear about where every number in this video comes from, because numbers without sources are just opinions, and opinions will not protect your savings. Annual maintenance costs come from RepairPal, a database that tracks actual repair bills paid by real owners at independent shops across the country. Not what manufacturers claim, what people actually spent. When RepairPal says a car costs $362 per year to maintain, that is the median of tens of thousands of real invoices. Reliability ratings come from Consumer Reports, the annual survey of over 300,000 real vehicle owners, rating problem frequency across 17 categories. A 5 out of 5 score means this car, in the hands of real owners, broke down less than almost anything else on the road. Pricing comes from CarGurus and iSeeCars. Live market data from millions of used car listings. When we give you a price range, it reflects what these cars are actually selling for today, not what they listed for 3 years ago. And lifespan data comes from long-term owner communities, forums and documented ownership histories where people who have driven these cars for 10, 15, and 20 years have recorded what happened. This is the data that no manufacturer will publish about their own cars because it only exists after enough time has passed. 6 cars, ranked 6 to 1 in order of total annual ownership cost from highest to lowest, because on a fixed income, the cheapest car to run deserves the top spot. Before we go through the list, I want to show you something that most car buyers on a fixed income never calculate before they buy, and that car dealers are extremely careful never to show you. Take 2 cars. Car A costs $8,000 to buy, but it costs $800 a year to maintain. Over 5 years, your total spend is $12,000. Car B costs $11,000 to buy, but it only costs $307 a year to maintain. Over 5 years, your total spend is $12,150, barely $850 more, for a car that costs $3,000 more on the sticker. Barely $850 more, for a car that costs $3,000 more on the sticker. Now extend that to 10 years. Car A, $8,000 plus $8,000 in maintenance, total $16,000. Car B, $11,000 plus $3,700 in maintenance, total $14,700. The more expensive car saved you $2,300 over 10 years and gave you 10 years of fewer repair calls, fewer mechanic visits, and fewer mornings standing in your driveway wondering if it is going to start. On a fixed income, this calculation is not academic. It is the difference between financial stability and financial stress. Every car on this list was chosen because it wins this calculation by the widest possible margin. The purchase price is reasonable. The 5-year and 10-year running costs are genuinely exceptional, and the peace of mind that comes from a car that rarely needs a mechanic, that is worth something no spreadsheet can fully capture. There are 6 Mazda 3 2014-2018, 2014-2018. AVG, $8,500, $12,000. RepairPal annual maintenance, $433, 28% below the class average for compact cars. Consumer Reports reliability, 4 out of 5, above average. But here is what the raw maintenance number does not capture. The Mazda 3 consistently earns the lowest insurance premiums of any car in its class. The RepairPal 6 Mazda 3 2014-2018, 2014-2018. AVG, 8,500, 12,000. RepairPal annual maintenance, $433, 28% below the class average for compact cars. Consumer Reports reliability, 4 out of 5, above average. Beauty shot of a silver Mazda 3 glinting in the sun as it glides down a long road. Owner story, Irene, 67, Columbus, Ohio. Irene retired from teaching after 31 years and was living on a teacher's pension of $1,840 per month. She needed a reliable car but could not afford surprises. Her son found her a 2015 Mazda 3 with 61,000 miles for $9,200. In the 2 years she has owned it, she has spent $433 on an oil change service and a set of wiper blades. Her monthly fuel cost is $38. Her monthly insurance premium is $71. Her total monthly transportation cost, everything, is $109. Consumer Reports gives the 2014 to 2018 generation a 4 out of 5 reliability score. RepairPal puts annual maintenance at $433, 28% below the class average for compact cars. NHTSA complaints in this model year range are among the lowest in the segment. But here is what the raw maintenance number does not capture. The Mazda 3 consistently earns the lowest insurance premiums of any car in its class. Insurance companies price based on repair costs and accident risk, and the Mazda 3 scores well on both. For a retired person on a fixed monthly income, shaving $20 to $40 a month off an insurance bill is not a minor convenience. Over 5 years, it is $1,200 to $2,400 saved. The controls are simple and physical. The visibility from the driver's seat is excellent. And at $8,500 to $12,000 for a clean 2014 to 2018 example, the Mazda 3 is the easiest car on this list to find within budget. Number 5, the Honda Fit, 2015 through 2019. And this one earns its place on a fixed income list for a reason that goes beyond the maintenance number, as impressive as that number is. RepairPal annual maintenance, $390, among the lowest of any car sold in America. Consumer Reports reliability, 5 out of 5, perfect score. Fuel economy, 29 city, 36 highway, below average fuel costs. Fixed income advantage, largest interior relative to exterior of any car in this price range. Hauls more than it looks. Number 5, the Honda Fit, 2015 through 2019. And this one earns its place on a fixed income list for a reason that goes beyond the maintenance number, as impressive as that number is. Owner story, Dolores, 70, Sacramento, California. Dolores was widowed 2 years into retirement and was living entirely on Social Security, $1,510 per month. She drove a 2008 Buick LeSabre that she loved, but the repair costs were beginning to add up and she was afraid of being stranded. A neighbor suggested the Honda Fit. She now drives to her twice-weekly grocery run, her Thursday book club, her monthly doctor appointments, and her grandchildren's school events. And she has not once thought about the car as a source of anxiety. Her mechanic told her after the pre-purchase inspection that the car was basically new underneath. She now drives to her twice-weekly grocery run, her Thursday book club, her monthly doctor appointments, and her grandchildren's school events. And she has not once thought about the car as a source of anxiety. It just goes, she told her daughter. It just always goes. Dolores' story carries the most important truth in this entire video. On a fixed income, the best car is the one you stop thinking about. The Honda Fit achieves that. Consumer Reports gives the 2015 to 2019 Fit a perfect 5 out of 5 reliability score. RepairPal puts annual maintenance at $390, one of the lowest figures in their entire database for any car in America. And owners in long-term forums document routine use past 200,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and tires. The Fit has one additional advantage that every retired person should know about: the magic seat system. The rear seats fold flat in multiple configurations, giving the Fit the cargo capacity of a vehicle twice its exterior size. For a retired person who occasionally needs to transport large items, furniture for a grandchild, gardening supplies, equipment from a hardware run, the Fit eliminates the need for a second vehicle or a rental. That utility on a car that costs $390 per year to maintain is genuinely extraordinary value. Number 4, the Toyota Prius 2010 through 2015. And before anyone decides this car is not for them because it is a hybrid, let me give you one number first. Number 4, Toyota Prius 2010, 2015, 2010, 2015, AVG, $8,000, $13,000. A 2010 to 2015 Prius gets 48 to 51 miles per gallon combined. The same 10,000 miles cost you approximately $740 in fuel. Battery replacement. Gen 3 Prius batteries commonly last 200,000 plus miles. The fear is overblown. RepairPal annual maintenance. 408YR. Exceptionally low for a hybrid system. Consumer Reports reliability. 5 out of 5. Best long-term reliability in hybrid segment. Fuel economy. 48 to 51 mpg combined. Lowest monthly fuel cost of any car on this list. Battery replacement. Gen 3 Prius batteries commonly last 200,000 plus miles. The fear is overblown. Fixed income advantage. Fuel savings of $600–900 CR versus average car. The biggest monthly bill reduction available. Number 4, the Toyota Prius 2010 through 2015. And before anyone decides this car is not for them because it is a hybrid, let me give you one number first. That is a saving of $560 per year, every year, without changing anything about where you drive or how often. Over 5 years on a fixed income, that is $2,800 that stays in your pocket instead of going into a fuel tank. For a retired person on Social Security, $2,800 over 5 years is not a rounding error. It is a material improvement in financial security. Owner story: Eugene, 73, Phoenix, Arizona. Eugene retired from the post office and was living on a pension and Social Security totaling $2,100 per month. Eugene retired from the post office and was living on a pension and Social Security totaling $2,100 per month. He had always dismissed hybrids as complicated and expensive to repair. His total repair spend in 3 years, $0. His fuel spend, $68 per month average. His previous car, a 2007 Chevy Impala, cost him $127 per month in fuel and $640 in repairs in its final year. Eugene's monthly transportation costs dropped by over $90 the day he made the switch. He calls the Prius the best financial decision I have made since I retired. Eugene's experience addresses the most common fear about used Priuses: the battery. The Generation 3 Prius battery, fitted to 2010 through 2015 models, has an outstanding long-term track record. Toyota owners in the Prius community document battery packs lasting well past 200,000 miles under normal driving conditions. If a battery does eventually need replacement, the cost has dropped significantly as the cars have aged. Used packs now sell for $400 to $700, and installation at an independent shop is typically $200 to $400 additional. Consumer Reports gives the 2010 to 2015 Prius a perfect 5 out of 5 reliability score, the same score as the Toyota Camry and Corolla. RepairPal puts annual maintenance at $408. For a car that saves you $560 per year in fuel, the net annual transportation cost is actually lower than almost anything else on this list. If you drive primarily in town, short trips, errands, appointments, the Prius's fuel economy advantage is even greater than the highway numbers suggest. City driving is where hybrids pull furthest ahead of conventional engines, and city driving is exactly what most retired people do most of. 3 Honda Civic, 2013-2017, 2013-2017, AVG, 9500, 13500. 3 Honda Civic, 2013-2017, 2013-2017, AVG, $90,500, $13,500. NHTSA complaints, among lowest of any compact sedan in its class. Fuel economy, 30 city, 39 highway. Fixed income advantage, most trusted compact in America. Familiar, parts everywhere, any mechanic can work on it. Number 3, the Honda Civic, 2013 through 2017. And the Civic is on this list at number 3 not because it is a compromise, but because everything about it was designed to be reliable, affordable to run, and easy to own for a very long time. Owner story: Beverly, 69, Louisville, Kentucky. Beverly was a retired nurse living on $1,120 per month from her pension. She had driven a Ford Escape for 6 years and was tired of the repair costs. A friend at church was selling a 2015 Civic with 72,000 miles for $10,500. Private sale, one owner, full service history. Beverly bought it. She had driven a Ford Escape for 6 years and was tired of the repair costs. A friend at church was selling a 2015 Civic with 72,000 miles for $10,500. Private sale, one owner, full service history. Beverly bought it. Total unplanned maintenance, one set of brake pads at 96,000 miles, $180 at an independent shop. Everything else, oil changes, tire rotations, she budgets $35 per month and has never gone over. Beverly's mechanic's words, "just keep changing the oil," are what the data also says. RepairPal puts the Civic's annual maintenance at $368, the second lowest figure on this entire list. Consumer Reports, 5 out of 5. NHTSA complaints, among the lowest of any compact car sold in the period. The 1.8-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine in these Civics is as close to bulletproof as any engine produced in the modern era. There is a specific advantage the Civic has for a retired person on a fixed income that goes beyond the maintenance numbers: ubiquity. Honda Civics are everywhere. Parts are inexpensive because demand is constant and supply is massive. Every independent mechanic in America has worked on a Civic. You will never be quoted a premium price for labor because the car requires specialist knowledge. You will never wait 3 weeks for a part to be ordered from overseas. When you are on a fixed income and you need your car repaired, the last thing you want is complexity. The Civic eliminates complexity entirely. It is the most straightforward car to own and maintain in America, and the data proves it. 2. Toyota Camry, AVG, $10,000, $15,000. RepairPal annual maintenance, $380, among the lowest for full-size sedans in America. Consumer Reports reliability, 5 out of 5, perfect score every year in this range. Ride quality, among the smoothest of any car in its price range, specifically noted for senior comfort. Seat height, 20.1 inches from ground, ideal senior entry, exit range. Fixed income advantage, full-size comfort and space at compact car running costs, the value no one talks about. Number 2, the Toyota Camry, 2012 through 2017. And the Camry earns the second position on this list because it does something none of the other cars here can do. It delivers genuine full-size sedan comfort, the kind of smooth, quiet, unhurried ride that long drives on retirement schedules deserve, at running costs more commonly associated with a compact economy car. Owner story: Arthur and Lillian, both 71, Memphis, Tennessee. Arthur and Lillian had driven a 2006 Chrysler 300 for years. They loved the ride. But repair costs in the final 2 years had topped $4,200, and their mechanic told them the transmission was beginning to show wear. They were reluctant to give up the space and the smooth ride for a smaller economy car. 11 months later, Arthur said to his son, "I do not understand why we waited so long. The ride is identical, the seats are the same, and we have spent exactly $0 on repairs." Lillian added, "And it is easier to get into than the Chrysler ever was." Their total maintenance spend in the first year, $290 for an oil change service and cabin air filter. Arthur and Lillian discovered what the Camry's numbers have always said. Consumer Reports, perfect 5 out of 5, year after year, across every model year in this range. RepairPal, $388 per year in average maintenance, a figure that aligns almost perfectly with the Civic and significantly below the national average for full-size sedans. And a seat height of 20.1 inches from the ground, right in the middle of the 18 to 21-inch range that occupational therapists who work with senior drivers consider optimal for easy entry and exit. The Camry also has an advantage that rarely appears in any data set. It is deeply familiar to a huge percentage of people over 65. Millions of Americans have driven a Camry at some point in their lives. The controls are where you expect them. The dashboard is clear and readable. The pedal feel is predictable. For a retired person who does not want to spend 3 weeks learning a new car, the Camry is the car that already knows you. At $10,000 to $15,000 for a clean 2012 to 2017 example, the Camry sits at the higher end of this list's price range. But over 5 years of $388 per year maintenance costs versus the $800 plus you might spend on a less reliable alternative, the math resolves quickly in the Camry's favor. Woodry 1 Toyota Corolla, 2014-2019. The number 1 pick, 2014-2019. AVG, $90,514,000. RepairPal annual maintenance, 362.1R. Lowest of any car sold in America. Consumer Reports reliability, 5 out of 5. Highest possible score. NHTSA complaints, among lowest complaint rates of any car in any class. Documented lifespan, 250,000, 320,000 plus miles from real owner community reports. Fuel economy, 28 city, 37 highway, below average fuel cost. Fixed income advantage, 362R, burst 30 bow or 17 month. The cheapest car to own in America, full stop. Number 1, the Toyota Corolla, 2014 through 2019. And let me say up front, before the data, what every long-term Corolla owner already knows. This car is not trying to impress you. It is trying to take care of you. Those are two completely different goals, and for a retired person on a fixed income, only one of them matters. RepairPal tracks average annual maintenance costs for every car sold in America. Of every car, every model, every year, the Toyota Corolla has the lowest number in their database, $362 per year. That is $30.17 per month for a car. Owner story: Marion, 74, Spokane, Washington. Marion was a retired librarian living on $1,280 per month in Social Security benefits. Her previous car, a 2009 Hyundai Sonata, had cost her $1,940 in repairs in its final year alone, nearly a full month's income. She was anxious about buying another used car. A volunteer at her senior center helped her find a 2016 Corolla with 58,000 miles for $11,200. Private sale, full service history, one previous owner. Marion has now driven it for 3 years. Her total unplanned repair spend in 3 years, $0. Her total maintenance spend, $1,086, oil changes, 1 tire rotation, a cabin air filter. Per year, that is $362. She told the volunteer who helped her find it, "I stopped worrying about the car the week after I bought it. I've not thought about it since. It just goes." Marion's words, "I stopped worrying about the car the week after I bought it," are the clearest possible definition of what the right car does for a retired person on a fixed income. It disappears. It becomes invisible. It removes itself as a source of financial anxiety and becomes what a car should always be: a quiet, reliable tool that takes you where you need to go. Consumer Reports, 5 out of 5. NHTSA, among the lowest complaint rates of any car in any class. Real owner communities document Corollas running 250,000, 280,000, and over 300,000 miles on the original engine, in every climate, every driving condition, maintained to no higher standard than regular oil changes. The 2014 to 2019 generation has full analog controls, physical dials for temperature, fan speed, and the radio. The seat height is 19.3 inches within the optimal senior entry and exit range. The rear seat has genuine legroom, and the 1.8-liter naturally aspirated engine, no turbocharger, no direct injection complications, no start-stop system, is one of the cleanest, most straightforward powertrains fitted to any car sold in the modern era. For a retired person living on Social Security, a pension, or a combination of fixed sources, the Corolla is not just a good choice. It is the mathematically correct choice. Lowest annual maintenance cost in America. Perfect reliability score. 30-year track record of going the distance. Available for $9,500 to $14,000 in clean condition. On a fixed income, the car that costs you nothing to run is the car that gives you everything. This is that car. Every car on this list is the right car in principle. Whether it is the right car for you specifically depends on 5 steps that cost nothing but time and can save you thousands. Step 1. Calculate your total 5-year cost before you look at a single vehicle. Take the car's purchase price, add the RepairPal annual maintenance multiplied by 5, add estimated fuel cost based on your annual mileage and the car's fuel economy, and add 5 years of insurance estimates. That total, not the sticker price, is what the car actually costs. For every car on this list, run this number. It will confirm which one is truly the most affordable for your specific situation. Step 2. Set your upper mileage limit at 90,000 for the Corolla and Civic, and 80,000 for the Prius and Fit. These cars have excellent long-term reliability records, but every used car has more risk as mileage increases, and starting below these thresholds gives you the most ownership runway before any major components approach end of life. Step 3. Prioritize private sales with documented service histories over dealer inventory when possible. A private seller who has owned a car for 8 years and has a folder of oil change receipts is telling you something important. This car was cared for, and they were proud enough of that care to keep the records. Dealer inventory is not inherently bad, but a documented private ownership history is a signal worth seeking. Step 4. Run the NHTSA VIN check and a Carfax report on every specific car before you visit it. Both are free or low cost. The NHTSA check tells you open recalls. The Carfax tells you accident history, ownership count, and odometer consistency. If the numbers do not line up, walk away. Step 5. Spend the $80 to $120 on a pre-purchase inspection from an independent mechanic. Every single time, no exceptions. On a fixed income, $100 spent before buying is the most reliable form of financial protection available. It has saved retired buyers thousands of dollars more times than any other single precaution. Do it every time. Let us bring it all together. 6 used cars that cost almost nothing to own, ranked from 6 to 1 by annual maintenance cost. Number 6, the Mazda 3, 2014 to 2018, $433 per year. Lowest insurance costs in class, excellent fuel economy, above average reliability. The hidden gem of affordable used cars. Number 5, the Honda Fit, 2015 to 2019, $390 per year. A perfect 5 out of 5 reliability score and the interior flexibility of a vehicle twice its size. It just goes. Exactly what Dolores needed. Number 4, the Toyota Prius, 2010 through 2015. $408 per year in maintenance and fuel savings of $560 per year that effectively make it the lowest net cost car on this list for drivers in town. Eugene's best financial decision since retirement. Number 3, the Honda Civic, 2013 to 2017, $368 per year, 5 out of 5 reliability, parts available everywhere, any mechanic, any town. Beverly's car just needs oil changes, nothing else. Number 2, the Toyota Camry, 2012 to 2017, $388 per year, full-size comfort, smooth ride, optimal seat height for senior entry and exit. Arthur and Lillian found the same ride quality they loved for almost nothing to run. And number 1, the Toyota Corolla, 2014 to 2019, $362 per year, $30.17 per month. The lowest annual maintenance cost of any car in America. A perfect reliability score. Documented lifespans past 300,000 miles. Marion stopped worrying about her car the week she bought it. She has not thought about it since. Which of these 6 fits your situation? Or are you already driving one of them and want to share your experience? Drop it in the comments. We read every single one, and if your story could help another retired person make a better decision, it deserves to be heard. And if you want to know which cars retired people on fixed incomes should never buy, the ones that look affordable and become financial nightmares, that video is right here. Watch it before you go shopping. A fixed income is not a limitation. It is a discipline. And the car that respects that discipline, the one that costs almost nothing to run, that starts every morning, that never sends you an unexpected bill, that car gives you something money cannot buy once you have already spent it. Peace of mind. See you in the next one. A fixed income is not a limitation. It is a discipline. And the car that respects that discipline, the one that costs almost nothing to run, that starts every morning, that never sends you an unexpected bill, that car gives you something money cannot buy once you have already spent it. Peace of mind. See you in the next one.